What a round.
Awesome games,
What
wasn't
a
it?
round. Extra time, left, right and centre. Let's start off with yesterday afternoon. The Knights 16 defeat the Raiders 12. Kalen Ponga was back for the Knights and Dane Gagai was in flying form, which saw him straight in for Origin 3.
Yeah, they were doing it easy. I thought the Knights. They were cruising in that second half.
Mm-hmm.
They had all the field position, and then the Raiders, as they often do, and when you watch the Raiders play, when they attack when they're trying to play catch up footy, they're actually quite dangerous. It's when they go back into their sort of block for block and try and grind out a game. They don't really do it, but they can't really get it done. But it was good to see Kalen back. As we mentioned earlier, he had a few good touches. He had a few not great touches, but just having him back on the field.
What was the injury he was coming back from? I forget
Another
now.
one. Another Lizzie Frank.
A Liz Frank.
Yeah, it's a Frankie's. There's Frankies everywhere.
Well, he didn't look encumbered at all.
No, because I heard great word, by the way. You're quite convivial today, I've noticed.
I don't know what that means.
I was listening to the radio, the ABC radio, in between SEN, and because I couldn't got out. No, there was no. Woo. Where I was, it was only ABC.
You get that sometimes when you're in regional New South Wales.
No,
I used to get it.
I was at the hairdressers. I was at the barbers, and he was on the ABC.
Old bloke.
Yeah, elbow rub.
Mm.
I got the mort rub on the elbow.
Mm.
I always go. Shout out to you, Dom. Yes, what were we talking about? Sorry.
Kalen returning for Liz Frank.
An ABC sports reporter said that he's actually done about 40 Ks in his legs. So
he's back.
He's back.
The Bulldogs 13 defeat the Warriors 12. Another Matt Burton field goal. That's 2 within a week for Matt Burton. Big crowd. I think they were saying 27, almost 28,000 out there at a core. 90% Bulldogs fans. The Warriors, they're struggling now because they've lost a bunch with injury.
This was the game of the round, I thought. They both aimed up. The Warriors had
quite
chance.
Aggressive.
Yeah, it was a great game. They lost all 3 of their back 3 at one stage. Chance obviously went off just before half time there. But it's the defence. They're just back in their defence, the Bulldogs. Look, it's no coincidence that Penrith are number 1 and Bulldogs are number 2 because they play exactly the same way.
Same defensive structures.
Well, they just put so much effort into it.
Yeah.
So where other teams, if you're up in the, you get off your line quickly and you're up holding, just say you're holding with 2 or 3 guys, one will go back. They all stay up. And you've got to be supremely fit to do the way, to have that defensive structure. And they just, as I said, they kick long and they're going to bash you coming out of trouble. It's been going on forever. But you've got to be very, very good and very, very fit at it.
Now, Brooksy was particularly upset about this Jamin Salmon late hit on Tamari Martin. It wasn't penalised, but he's now looking at a 2-game suspension. He's shuttered his jaw, so Gus has said he's going to be out for 6 anyway. What did you think about that?
It was a penalty all day. All day in the world. How can the match review committee come out and say, well, it's 2 weeks, but the people in the bunker who constantly jump in at a push or a hair pull. Let's go back to when Chad Townsend, I think it might have been the Warriors. Remember, it was Tamari Martin, threw the ball and got 10 minutes in the bin.
Yeah.
That came from the bunker. The bunker said, that's 10 minutes.
Intervened,
How does this, and there was replay after replay. I thought for sure he's gone in, I'll take the 2. There's still 5 minutes to go, so whether or not the Warriors might have won, who knows. But how can they get it so wrong?
It's puzzling. Another comical moment from that game. Game's on the line. Bulldogs are coming out of their own end. They play the ball and Reed Marnie's looking the other direction.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Wowee.
We've all been
You've
there.
done that?
I've done that. I did that.
Playing the ball or at dummy half?
Dummy half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, probably looking around, abusing someone.
Yeah. Very embarrassing.
No, I played an era when you could tap it ahead.
Yeah.
There was no marker.
Yeah.
And we were attacking.
Can you do that still, theoretically?
No, you can't. But I tapped it ahead, but I kicked it too far and it went like it went to. I got up for a quick play and tapped it, but it was like a little grubber. I think 2 were playing Manly and 2 just picked it up and ran.
The other game of the round, the Seagulls 21 defeated the Cowboys 20. DCE does it again. The Cowboys were up and blew the win. Scott Drinkwater hit that.
Oh, that was a beauty.
Killer of a field goal, 43 metres.
I was on the Cows, and I thought, in the second half, although they were down, I could just tell they were coming for him. And then when Scotty Drinkwater nailed it at 43, I thought, right, well, here we go. He'll take the next one.
Of course.
Why did he not even... So they went Chad. The Chad went 3. Val went 1. How do you not give the bloke who's just nailed one from 43 metres a crack?
So Mitch on the text line has said just that. Boys, Drinky kicked a 2-point field goal on Saturday night, then never got a shot in Golden Point. What the heck?
Mitchie, I'm with you. And he's a left footer. So they could have had the Chad on one side.
Yeah.
And then you've got... I was just spinning me out. In this day and age, how NRL... And the games are so tight. They would practice for this. But irrespective if you're not practicing or not, wouldn't you just say, righto, Drinky, you've just nailed one. How about you try and kick one for 20 out? But Daly Cherry Evans, what a marvel he is. If he doesn't play, Cows easily win.
Yeah.
He just seems getting better and better. He's making the right decisions. Did you see that pass he threw to Saab?
Oh.
I reckon that first one in the first half was good, but the second one, and he's done it a couple of times, where he double pumps it, brings the winger up, and
goes behind him
and fires it up straight to Saab.
Love it. All right, the Dragons 42, the Roosters 42 defeat the Dragons 12. JWH has broken the Roosters record for most caps. Nice touch with the gold number 8.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
He'd get to keep that.
Absolutely, he would. It's
the first time it's been done.
I've
never seen it.
I've never seen it, and it's a great idea. Would you do it for your 100th, your 150th? No, just
300th, I reckon.
Or breaking the record.
Yeah.
No, they were up for it, and the Dragons, with 20 minutes to go, they were only down by 2, but they did a lot of defence early, and that sort of told in the second half. They're going okay. The Chooks, they've scored, so they're averaging about 32 points a game.
Insane.
Their for and against is nearly 300. It's like 270 or something, the plus.
Yeah.
And 2 of their better, or one of them definitely the most at the attacking weapon. The 2 Joseph's not there.
Yeah.
So they've got a test player and a state of origin player. How do they fit them in? How do they fit
You know who's been good? Satili's been good filling in at centre.
Yeah.
I like him at centre.
Oh, he's a back rower all
He's a great player.
You'll be happy with him. At least you're going to get
Very
him
happy.
size next year.
Yeah, very happy. Just on the Dragons, I thought they were actually doing really well to go with the Chooks at the start.
They were.
Because the Chooks came out red hot. When you watch that Roosters, the first 10 minutes of the Roosters, the intensity, the line speed, the hitting in defence, that's when you sit back and go, all right, they can challenge Penrith.
Chooks. Yeah, definitely. But it's just they sort of go in and out of games. Like you saw that when the Dragons got back in that second half.
Yeah.
But that was telling on the defence. All the defence that Dragons had to do in that first half. They just ran out of steam.
The Panthers 14 defeat the Broncos 6 in the grand final rematch. That's the 5th straight loss for the Broncos. The Panthers were methodical. Reece Walsh back to his best, but going to be testing their half stocks now. Jock Mannon out for a month. Adam Reynolds not expected back to around 22.
They were up for it.
They were, yeah.
Jock Madden, as soon as he went, and we were discussing it earlier, poor old Reece had to do everything for him, doing the kicking.
Kicked, yeah.
And was doing the organising. But that was a really good sign. I thought that they hung in there. They hung in there a long way. It's just the Penrith Panthers. They just get in that grind. They just kick to the same corner. They're so patient on what they do. And they just trust, a bit like what the Bulldogs are doing. They just trust their defence.
Storm 40 defeat the West Tigers 28. Tigers started strong. It stayed close till late. Fa'alongo got a hat-trick. Could have had 4. Jerome Hughes. He was the story of the match. Unbelievable.
Every Monday we keep talking about Melbourne. It's Jerome.
Yeah.
And Tyron Wishart. I wish he'd just play one game with those ankle-high boots like his old man. That's all I need. Socks down, big calves, Vaso on
What
up.
brand were they?
Asics. Oh, and then he went to Reebok.
They made ankle high.
He had ankle high.
You have to show me a picture in the break. This game maybe not as exciting as the last one. Titans 20 defeat the Sharks 16 up in Coffs Harbour. Back-to-back wins for the Titans. Kieran Foran was the star. Keanu Kinney at fullback as well. There's headaches when all 3 are in the side.
Well, we had AJ last night on this show, AJ Brimson, and Matty asked him, so what's your best position? He goes, definitely fullback. And he's playing 5'8". He's named to play 5'8" this week. He goes, but even he said, we can't drop Kinney.
No.
Imagine where they're going to have
Jaden Campbell.
Jaden Campbell, Brimson.
I
and
love
Kinney.
Kinney at fullback. I think
Well, he-
Brimson can play 5'8". I guess Campbell 14,
Could Brimo play in the middle? Could Brimson play
13.
13?
How big was he in real life?
Yeah, he's only little, but he's no smaller than Connor Watson.
Okay.
Similar sort of build.
Okay.
He'd be dynamite.
What would Connor
running through
be,
the
about
middle.
90 kilos?
Yeah,
What would Brimo be?
I reckon
About 90?
about the same. But imagine having a back rower or a little lock forward like that, just scheming through the middle.
Be like Bailey Hayward at the Bulldogs?
Yeah, similar. Oh, he's a bit big. I think he's a bit bigger than Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey's tiny.
You can't have him in the centres. And he actually said that last night. He said after he played in the centres, Des said, you're never playing there again.
Yeah, good.
Because he couldn't get the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, back to Thursday night. The Rabbitohs 32 defeated the Eels 6. 5 in a row for the Bunnies. Walker and White starring in the halves. Of course, who would have thought? Bunnies, they roll on.
Yeah. Now they're averaging at about 12 points a game the last 5 weeks. Before that, including last year, they were averaging 28.
I'd love to see South make the 8 now.
I would love, I tell you what else would love? My bank. No, they wouldn't see it. The bank wouldn't see it.
Here's what Blake Solly had to say about the future of Ben Hornby this morning on Matty White.
Ben will be Wayne's senior assistant coach next year. Ben was already contracted for the next 2 seasons anyway, so there's no change to that. He's just done a tremendous job as interim head coach. He's probably shown the quality of his coaching that we always thought he had, which is why we extended him last year. He's been a big contributor to the success over the last 6 or 7 weeks and continues to impress everyone here every day with the way he goes about his work. It's not been an easy period either. Every time we play, we seem to pick up an injury, but it doesn't change him. He's been super calm and consistent, and he's doing a wonderful job.
Crushing it. Awkward match this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins take on the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, I wonder which room Wayne's going to do. Maybe he does first half there and second half. But Jai Arrow is definitely getting the operation done after this game. I find that bizarre.
He's going one more? I thought he was getting it after the last one. He's gone again.
He's gone one more. He's allowed to play one more, which you would think he...
Why doesn't he just...
Well, they're saying Wayne has told him to get an operation at the after... I just find it...
Sheesh. Awkward.
I mean, I can understand why Souths are listening to Wayne. He's going to be the man next year, but...
Yeah, I guess so.
They're a chance of making the 8. Just let him play.
And if they make the 8 on a hot streak, anything can happen. With Latrell, Cody and Jack White in your side.
I'm also hearing that Campbell Graham could have played. You know, been ruled out for the year?
Yeah. Could have played.
He could have played.
Can still play? Or they're just not...
They've told him. Well, someone's told him. Whether it's someone from up north.
Would Wayne potentially tell the Dolphins to target Jai Arrow and his bung shoulder?
No. No way.
All right, he's still to come. We've got to chat to BP about Wimbledon, and we want to talk a little bit of Formula One and Euros.